Hello everyone. So in this particular video, we are going to understand about if condition activity in a Microsoft Fabric. If condition is similar to the if else condition in a programming language. So let's try to understand if condition. So in if condition, we generally write one condition. Now if the condition is true, then you can perform a activity. If the condition is false, then you can perform another activity. This is a working of the if condition activity. Let's take one example so that we'll get better idea. That is the practical we are going to do. Suppose I have a ADLS account. Now in ADLS I have a multiple file. I have a employee.csv file. I have a employee1.csv file. I have a employee2.csv file. Like that, multiple files are there. Department.csv file, CSV file. Now what actually I want, my condition is like if any of the file name which contains emp, you can see emp1 also there, emp2 also there. So if any of the file name which contains emp, that means what actually I want to do, I want to perform a delete activity. And that file I want to delete from the ADLS. Now if any of the file that doesn't contain emp, if any of the file name which doesn't contain the emp, in that case what actually I want to do, I want to perform a copy activity and I want to copy this data into a lakehouse. This is what I want to do. In this case, what actually I can do, I can use if condition activity. Now in if condition, what actually we can do, you can write one condition. So condition we will write if the file name contains emp, if it contains emp, that means that will be a true. In this case what we will do, we'll perform a delete activity. If the file name it doesn't contain the emp, that means that is a false. In that case we will perform a copy activity. So how actually we can do this practical? So what I will do, first we had to read all the file from the ADLS. To read what are the file which is present in a ADLS, we will use a get metadata. From the get metadata, we will be able to read what are the file which is present into the ADLS. Now once I get information what are the file which is present into the ADLS, what I will do, I will use a for each, because these all the files are multiple files, right? So what I will do, I will use a for each. Now with the help of the for each, all the files one by one I will pass into this for each activity. Under this for each activity, I will use one if condition activity. Now in if condition activity, I will give one condition. If the file name contains emp, if the condition is true, then I will perform a delete activity. If the file name doesn't contain emp, that means it is false. In this case I want to perform a copy activity. So that is the what actually I am going to do. So what I will do, with the help of the get metadata, I will read all the file which is available here. Now I will try to pass each file one by one into this for each activity. So first file will be the employee.csv. So this file will come, it will come into the if condition. This file contains emp, right? It means it is a true condition. What will happen? It will perform a delete activity. Now second file will come, that is a employee1.csv. Whether it contains the name as a emp, yes, it contains the emp, means our condition is true, it will perform a delete. Now another file department.csv will come. Whether the department is contain the name as a emp, it doesn't contain, so it will go into the false condition and it will perform a copy activity. So like that actually we can do. Let's try to do this practical. So I have a ADLS account. In ADLS I have a multiple file. You can see employee1.csv, employee2.csv, employee location.csv, as well as couple of more files is there. What actually we want to do, we are going to first create one pipeline. I'll go into the workspace, go to the data factory. We are going to create one data pipeline. Click on the create. First, we will try to read what are the file which is present into this ADLS location. So how actually we can read what are the file which is present into ADLS? With the help of the get metadata, we can know that. Click on the get metadata. Now in get metadata, go to the setting, go to select the connection. This is the ADLS connection we have already created. Select the browse, select the file path. This is the source container. Select the OK. Select the file format, delimited text. Select the field list, child item, so that you will get all the file information. Go to the home, select the run, select the save and run. Now you can see in the output, I am able to read what are the file which is present into the ADLS location. Now what I will do, you can see here we have a multiple file, right? So with the help of the for each activity, one by one, this all the file name I will try to pass into the for each activity. So we are going to use another activity, that is a for each. So come here, select for the for each, select for the for each. Now what I will do, whatever the output we got from a get metadata, right? Multiple file name we got. Select the for each, select the setting, sequential, select the item, add dynamic content. We are going to use this particular get metadata output because we have a multiple files, right? So what I will use, dot value, dot value. Now click on the OK. What actually I have done, from get metadata I have read all the file. I am passing through a for each activity one by one. Now under this for each activity, what I will use, I will use a if condition. You can see this is the if condition. Now click on the if condition. Go to the activity. Now in if condition, what I will check, I'll write one condition. What is the condition I want to write? If the file name, so if you select here, right, at the rate item dot name, if you write at the rate item dot name, at the rate item dot name will represent this file name. At the rate item dot name will represent this file name. This is, you can see this is the name and type, right? Name will represent the file name. So what I will write, at the rate item dot name, at the rate contains. So I am writing this condition. If the file name, if item dot name, if contains emp, that is my condition. Click on the OK. If the any of the file name which contain the emp, that means that will go into the true condition. If it doesn't contain emp, that will go into the false condition. Now if any of the file which contain emp, in that case what actually I want to do, I want to perform a delete activity. So click on this. I want to perform a delete activity. Select the delete data. Now in a delete data, what actually you will pass, select the condition. You have to also select the file path. This is the file path. In a file name, select the add dynamic content, at the rate item dot name, at the rate item dot name means that particular file I want to delete. At the rate item dot name I will write here. If doesn't contain employee, then in that case what I want to do, I want to perform a copy data. So click on the copy data. Which particular file you want to copy from? A source is a ADLS. Select the source, click on the OK, click on the dynamic content. That file I want to copy. At the rate item dot name, where you want to copy, go to the destination. I want to copy into the lake house, destination lake house. In the file, which particular directory, I want to copy into this destination directory. Click on the OK. You also have select delimited text. Here also you have to select the delimited text. So what we have done, now again I will go to the pipeline. First, from the get metadata, what are the file which is present into the ADLS location, I am able to read all the file details. Now one by one, these file details I am passing into this for each activity. Now under this for each activity, I am using a if condition. I have given a one condition. If the file name contains emp, if the file name if contains emp, that means it will go into the true. If it is a true, right, if it contains the emp, then what actually I am doing, I am performing a delete activity. So that particular file I will delete from the ADLS location. If the file doesn't contain EMP, in that case what I am doing, I am performing a copy data that will take that data and it will copy into the lake house. So that is practical I have done. Now after that what you have to do, you have to edit this delete data. One changes I think I have to do in a logging setting, just disable the enable logging. Now our pipeline is ready. We will try to test it. Go to the home, click on the run, click on the save and run. Let's see whether it's working or not. It's a failed. What actually issue we are getting? Value doesn't exist. So in a for each activity, I think we have used one thing. Let me go into the setting. Come here. I think we have to select this child item, right? But we have selected the another one that we have to correct. Select the child item. Click on the OK. Now let's try to run this. Now if you will see what actually it is happening from this get metadata, right? One by one the file actually it is reading. So suppose covid.json. So the covid.json we have read from this get metadata, we are passing in the for each activity. Under this for each activity we have used the if condition. So in if condition it is checking whether this covid.json contains EMP or not. So it doesn't contain EMP, right? In this case what will happen, it will go into the false, means it will copy the data into a lake house. Now next time it will check the department.csv whether department.csv contains EMP or not. It doesn't contain, right? So in this case it will go into the false condition, it will copy data into a lake house. Now in third case employee1.csv whether it contains the name as a EMP or not. Yeah, it contains. So what actually will happen, our condition is true, it will perform a delete data activity. So like that it is working. Let's see whether it worked or not. You can see all succeed. It means from the source whatever the employee read, it should delete the file, and whatever the other file read, it should copy into the lake house. Let me refresh this. You can see other file, employee file, got deleted, and we will check into the one lake. Destination, open, refresh. In a destination you can see covid.json and as well as a department.csv got copied here. So like that actually we can do that. This is little bit tricky, but do try to practice, you will get a idea.